What's up, guys? How are you all doing? My name is Danny, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I haven't actually done anything like this before. But as you know, I always post sort of music related content, sometimes fashion or fitness or whatever. But today we're going deep. We're going to find out if I actually do have a personality. So I thought, what better way for you to get to know me than by taking a personality test? So let's see if I'm a functional person of society. Quiz. What's your personality type? Personality types, okay, it talks about the different ones. Use your personality to your advantage. That sounds a little bit manipulative. All right, just judging by the faces here, I mean, this guy's already winning me over. And it's not just because he's got freckles, but he's got a mullet too. You know, the business in the front, party in the back. He's got a lightning bolt on his sweater. I mean, if this was a video game, this would be my character for sure. All right, let's start. Start now. Huh? Oh, okay, it's here. Okay, so first question: if you were a country, which one would you be? It's very hard not to be biased here, but I'd be Canada. Canada's nice. Okay, next question: which one of these characteristics do you look for in a friend? Ooh, oh, my friend's watching now. I only go for impulsive people, loyal, respectful, reliable. I think, I mean, all of these are good qualities, but you want someone reliable, right? We all need somebody to lean on. Which one of these card games would you enjoy the most? All right. I have no idea what gin rummy is. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Gin rummy, gin rummy. Bridge, I think, is pretty standard. I would say blackjack just because the rules are simple enough for my brain to comprehend, right? You don't want to hit 21, or you do. Something to do with 21. I'd pick blackjack. If you're choosing a book at your library, what would you go for? What would I go for? A work of philosophy, political history, an autobiography, a literary novel. It's kind of difficult because I have all these. What if I like them all? Let me think about this one here. Okay, I've thought enough. If there's someone I'm really inspired by and look up to, I'd want to know more about their life, I guess. Which one of these programs would you most like to have on your computer? Photoshop, Explorer. Who would choose Explorer? Does anyone even use Windows Explorer anymore? Excel, PowerPoint. I would pick PowerPoint just because I find myself creating presentations a lot these days. Yeah, so I'd pick that. If you were going for public office, which one of these would you most likely run for? City attorney, president of school board, director of social services, director of public museums. I love museums. So yeah, anything to do with arts and culture, I think is for me. So without question, that's what I do. A friend calls up and suggests that you both need a vacation. How do you react? First of all, who's this legend of a friend? Please, I need more friends like this. How would I react? Suggest you leave tomorrow? Suggest you discuss whether vacation is really what you both need? I mean, no, obviously it's what we both need. Even if we just had a vacation and you told me, I would not, I would say yes. Suggest you have a planning meeting. Suggest you coordinate your diaries. I would suggest we leave tomorrow. I mean, all of these are just overthinking, right? I mean, let's just do it. Let's make it happen. What sort of neighborhood would you like to live in? Boho, suburban, traditional, college, campus, urban, brownstone. I'm gonna say I really don't know what most of these are. I'm just gonna go with suburban, traditional. When voting in an election, what do you want from a party? I'm just gonna say I'd like them to have a clear and transparent manifesto. If you were visiting New York, which one of these would you most like to see? Central Park, the Statue of Liberty, MoMA, the street layout. I would say MoMA. I'm a bit of an art buff, so I would go with that. Close second would be Central Park and then Statue of Liberty. If you are single, which one of these would you most like to meet a date? To meet? Which one of these? Apparently my personality can't read a sentence properly. If you are single, which one of these ways would you most like to meet a date? By chance in a bar, introduced by friends, through a computer dating service, at an evening class. I'd say the best relationships have always been just by chance, not necessarily in a bar, but in a cafe, or, reaching for the same book when you lock eyes. I'm just kidding, that never happened. But I did meet my ex at a cafe, which was nice. If a hurricane hit your town, how would you be most useful? Broadcasting guidance, designing safety precautions, organizing evacuation, creating community centers. Um, I would say I'm quite calm in sort of crazy situations, so I'd help organizing the evacuation. I think that would be nice. Which one of these sayings might best suit you? Think before you act, do your duty, be true to yourself. You might as well give it a try. I'd say be true to yourself. It's a tough call between that and you might as well give it a try, but be true to yourself. Which one of these sports would you most like to participate in? Snowboarding, skydiving, croquet, golf. I would say snowboarding. Yeah. What would your friends and family say is your best quality? Always helpful, can solve your problems, always interesting, always reliable. I think it's a close call between helpful and reliable. I'd say helpful. I'm always willing to help. Which of these types of paintings most appeals to you? Cubism, figurativism, pointillism, expressionism. I think expressionism, I'd say. What would you be most flattered to be described as? A solid rock, a bright light, a clear stream, a live wire. I think a bright light is nice. Spreading positive energy is always good, so I think that's a good one. If somebody shows resistance to your ideas, how do you react? Try and find a completely different solution. Simply insist that you are right. Try and explain to them why you're right. Try to find a mutually agreeable solution. I think this one, I always like to find some sort of middle ground. Even if someone doesn't agree with you, that's fine. We can have different opinions, but we are more alike than we are different in the end. I'm getting all deep and philosophical here, but yeah, I think I'll go with that one. Which one of these would we most likely notice if we came to your house? Its neatness, its untidiness, its artworks, its books. Well, I've got some books over here, and you can't see, but there are some artwork over there. I would say it's neatness. I'm a little bit OCD. This isn't the most neat background, but yeah. Which one of these is most important to you in your backyard? Consistency with everyone else on the block, geometrical patterns, a naturalistic feel, sweet smell and flowers. I'd say a naturalistic feel. Which one of these tasks would your boss be most likely to allocate to you? Investigating accounting errors, looking for new clients, drawing up a business plan, designing a health and safety policy. I'd say looking for new clients. Which one of these sorts of music would you most likely listen to? Avant-garde, techno, chamber music, big band, jazz. I'd say big band, so let's go with that. Which one of these historical figures do you most identify with? Well, I'm gonna go with the humble answer here and pick Albert Einstein. So this is my result. Let's see, idealist. Your personality type is defined as idealist. You put your trust in your own feelings and intuition, and you like to discover patterns in things which others may not have spotted. You like to cooperate with others and come to mutually agreed solutions, but you are prepared to stand your ground when necessary. Your strong imagination makes you extremely adept at creative activities, whilst your idealism means that you probably have a very strong set of principles which you live by. I mean, that sounds interesting enough. It is a little bit general and it could apply to most people, but I'll take that. Performer, that's nice. You're mostly the personality type defined as a performer. You have very active physical senses, all right, and love to interact with the world around you. You like to improvise and act spontaneously. You don't enjoy rigid planning or timelines. You probably enjoy creative activities, travel, and seeking out new experiences of all sorts. You're always open to new ideas. I mean, that does sound like me, to be fair. I do get a little bit OCD with planning things sometimes, to a certain extent. Like, I have a schedule that I do still write by hand, but it's mainly so I don't forget appointments. I don't really plan out my days. I do like spontaneity in my life. So I would say, I mean, to be honest, this is pretty accurate as a test. I'd be curious to try a different test and see what that says about me. But this one says I'm an idealist or performer, and I would say 365 tests, you get thumbs up from me. I hope you guys learned something about me today. I think I learned something a little bit about myself. So Let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. If you like things like this, I'd be happy to do some more. I would say 365 Tests is a pretty good site, so definitely check it out. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is a good time to do so. I think I'll do a bit more videos like this where I'm sort of doing something and speaking to you guys. If you like this sort of content, I think I'll definitely do some more of it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.